Hi, my name is Carl Kopp, and today I'd like to talk to you about how to check off items in PowerPoint. This can be a great tool for letting you and your participants know where you've been, to check off content or areas of content. One of the ways that I use it is in non-linear presentations. So here, for example, is a non-linear presentation where I can invite the learners to choose where they want to go, and we click on the item. And when we click on the item, we want to know that we've already been there. So we can click on the X's, and once we click on an X, it turns red. Now that it's turned red, I know we've already gone there. We've already discussed that particular area of content, so I don't have to go there again. And you can set this up for your own non-linear presentations. So let's take a look at how we would do that. So here we have a blank screen, and we're going to go ahead and insert text box. And I'm going to insert text box. I'm going to insert an X. So let me go ahead and type X. And I want to make that X a little bit bigger so we can see what we're working with. I'm going to make that 96. And for my purposes, when I use the X, I use the what's called the black adder font, which I kind of like that font. So let's go ahead and copy this and then paste it. So now I've got two of these X's. One's going to be the top, one's going to be the base. Now, one of the things that you might want to think about when you use a lot of X's like I do is to name the X's so that you can keep track of them, because we're going to want to keep track of what X click activates what other X. So let's go ahead and go into home, and we are in home, and then we want to get select. When you clicked on select, it gives you several options, and one is selection pane. We're going to click on selection pane, and what that does is it shows us the name of our two text boxes. And I don't know which text box is which. 1, 7, and 6. I don't even understand, like, where's 1, 2, 3, right? So I'm going to click on the first X here, and that's going to be my red X. So I'm going to call that red X. I'm going to call that the top. And you can name these anything that you want. I'm going to call this one the green X, and I'm going to call that the bottom. So that's going to be the bottom, or actually let's call that the base, right? So that'll be the base. So we have the base and we have the top. So let's go ahead and color these. So I want to make this one green. So I'm going to go to the font selection tool, and I'm going to make that a nice green. And I'm going to make this one a red. So I'm going to go there. I'm going to make that red. So now I have my two X's. And basically what we're going to do is just put the red X on top of the green X. But notice what happened, it went behind it. So all I want to do is show that in the order. So I want to bring that one to the front. So I'm going to click on it, and I'm going to click on bring to front, and that brings the red X to the front. So now I have the red X on top of the green X, but you can't see the green X. I need something to happen. So we're going to go into animations, and we're going to go into appear, and we're going to have that red X appear on a trigger. And the trigger, of course, is going to be the click of the green X, or the base. So when I click on the base, the red X will appear. So let's go ahead and do that. Click, and there it is. And that's all you need to do. And that's great for a non-linear presentation. Now I can do another symbol if I wanted. So I'm going to go ahead, and maybe I would like to do a check mark, because that's a great thing. So I'm going to insert, and I'm going to go to the symbols. I'm going to choose the check mark, and there it is. And I'm going to say insert. And now I've have a check mark, and it's very, as you can see, tiny. So let's make that larger, because a larger check mark is easier to work with, and our participants can see that. So now that I have that, I might want to copy it and paste it. And so now I have my two check marks. And again, I want to do the same thing, and maybe I'll make this one uh, a, a black check mark, and maybe make this one a green check mark. So, okay, when I check it off, green means that I've already been there, right? That's good to go. And so, again, I have my two check marks, and I might want to call this, again, the base, and the black check mark. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to call it base check mark. Whoops, and I need to spell that correctly. I'm going to call that black, and then I'm going to call this one the, just call it the green check mark. Okay, so now I have my black and green check mark. Again, same thing. I just drag this on top of it. Oh, it's in the back. That's okay. I will go um, view and I will bring to front. And there we go. And oh, notice though, I need to do the trigger. So I'm going to click on that again and make sure it's a green check mark. I'm going to go to animation. I'm going to go to, maybe I want this to fade in, be a little bit more exciting. Fade that in, and then trigger, of course, will be on click of the green check mark. No, the base check mark black, correct. And so now look at this. I click on this and it fades to green. I click on this and it becomes red. And the nice thing is you can do that all from one screen, which means you can do a nonlinear presentation because you can have these clicks of X's and everything all over the screen, just like we have here. And it doesn't take you to a different place. It keeps you on that slide. So it's a really nice way to organize all your content. So that's the way that you can actually check off items in PowerPoint in a non-linear presentation. I wish you the best of luck in your non-linear presentations.